250 down, 250 to go. Welcome to the Completely Unnecessary Podcast for Tuesday, February 16th, 2021. Alongside Ian Ferguson. I am Pat Contry. We got a fun podcast for you today. It's gonna be a time. It's gonna be a happening, as they would have said in the 60s and 70s. On the show today, we'll be talking about
a real shindig.
Yes, pigs playing video games. Always fun. N64 games on PS5 and PS4. Scalpers are upset with their PR, with their image. A Patreon poll topic, Q&A maybe, and maybe voicemails. Ian, how was your weekend? What did you do this weekend?
It was good.
My life is good.
On a whim. It wasn't really on a whim.
You lie already?
Yeah, I lied already. I bought Super Mario 3D World for the Switch.
The updated one?
Yeah, with Bowser's Fury. I didn't play the Bowser's Fury part yet. Yeah, that was good. That was really fucking reaching. I
haven't played the second one in a while. Wow.
It's in going back through it again, I really do think it's one of the best Mario games. It's great.
I haven't played it.
So many people haven't played it because it was stuck on the Wii U. So I'm really happy that one finally got ported.
we talked about the Wii U like it was the Vectrex nowadays. It was just stuck on it.
Stuck on the Wii U.
Just stuck there.
It was. It's a really straightforward game. It's a lot of fun. It looks nice. I really enjoy it, and I hope more people play it and realize how great it is. Other than that, I made pot stickers yesterday. Those were good.
Whenever I think of pot stickers, did you ever watch the Weird Science TV show in the early mid-90s?
No. It
was a decent show. It was up for like 2-3 years. It had what was her name? Vanessa Angel. She used to be like one of the hottest women ever. I think she was Australian. I don't know what she did after that. She played the character of whatever, the genie / Weird Science whatever creation there. So whenever I hear the word pot stickers, there's I don't remember much from the series.
Okay.
but I don't. But I do remember that there was an episode where every episode is centered upon a wish that they is granted.
Yeah.
One they wanted to be rock stars. So she makes them rock stars. They're in the band, the three of them, and so they have a great single. And after that, they have to come up with an album, and they can't think of one. And they're on the couch, like, we can't think of songs. And the one guy who plays the Anthony Michael Hall character, the actor, he's like, we could do anything. And they're eating Chinese food, and he makes up a song on the spot. And he goes, pot stickers, Mushu pork. So whenever I hear pot stickers, I will remember that exact tune from that one episode I remember. And I don't know why. Because I don't think about that show often besides Vanessa Angel. Look up Vanessa Angel if you have never heard of her. And she's no Meredith Baxter Burney, but she's close.
I don't know where the Meredith Baxter Burney thing comes from. I think you're thinking of that time that I looked up
Meredith Baxter Burney.
Well, no.
You did.
Phoebe Cates.
Oh, no. Once at the time you said you were looking at Meredith Baxter Burney specifically. Anyway, sorry, Ian.
What she looks like.
So pot stickers. Go.
Yeah. Oh, they were delicious.
Okay, great.
Yeah. So that was my weekend. Cooking, played games. It was a good time.
I finished off playing Rogue Squadron. I started on the weekend. I finished it off on the N64. Had a great time. I like to talking with Ian. It's like our book club. What N64 game is Pat playing this week?
Mm-hmm.
I never played through it before, and it was a really good game. Really good.
Yeah, it's a fun one. That's one that I've played. I haven't played it in a long time, but I really enjoyed it. I just remember it being very challenging.
Oh yeah, it's challenging. Oh, definitely. There's a volcano level where they throw you in a volcano, and you have to take out these little, little shield generator devices. Like 10 of them, but there's all these missile silos all around, and like the ships that are with you help a little bit, like the bare minimum, but not much. But the missile silos don't really target them as much as they target you.
Right.
So you'll hear the missiles being locked onto you like 10 in a row, and you're in your crappy, slow, not crappy, but it's slow, the Y-wing. So you're like, oh, great. And so you got to be really careful with it. But there's a lot in that game. I'm going to write the actual review probably tomorrow. I was impressed with it. I was impressed with the production values. The voice acting's really good. The guy kind of sounds like Mark Hamill, who plays Luke. Spoilers, you play as Luke. Not really spoilers.
Yeah.
But he kind of sounds like him. If you like tilt your head, you're like, oh, it kind of sounds like Mark Hamill.
Yeah, close enough.
Better than the Wedge guy. The guy doesn't really sound like Wedge, who plays Wedge in it. And No, it's fantastic. You don't play as the B wing though. It's the one that's the one wing you don't play as. They put the V wing in there. I don't know where the V wing comes from because it wasn't in the original trilogy. So I don't know. They stuck that one in there. And the snow speeder and the A and the Y wing.
We're going from Vanessa Angel to V wing on the Google search.
It's like it's.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, I remember the V wing.
I don't know where they came up with that.
I'm trying to remember. I shouldn't say I remember it. I don't know what the fuck it comes from. I remember seeing it.
Sure.
At this point.
It's the Alpha Nimbus class V-wing starfighter on Wikipedia.com. Yeah, I don't know where that first was seen.
First deployed in the final days of the Republic.
There you go. So not in the trilogy.
Star Wars Episode 3: Revenge of the Sith. So it doesn't even show up in movies. Doesn't even show up in movies until after this game is released.
It doesn't show up in the movies that take place after they should have. So like they ignored that they had it in the original trilogy, which takes place after Revenge of the Sith. Sorry. I did that, and then I had a casualty happen. I was sitting here, I believe it was yesterday or Sunday, and there was a high-pitched whine going. I was like, was my headphones? Is it my computer? I reset my computer just in case. Booted up. I looked outside. I looked all around. What's happening? Is it is it a weird electrical problem? And then I finally focused in. When you hear a high-pitched whine, it's hard to zero in hearing. Sure. But I finally zeroed in. And it was my rest in peace swap meet surge protector, the old Ace. Audible alarm. So I had this stalwart surge protector for probably 10 years. I probably bought it for $4 at the swap meet. You can never have too many surge protectors because I run out of them.
It's true.
I own about 12. I should have 20 of them. And yeah, it went finally. And it's burnt out by the switch. You see that?
Yeah.
So the little mini heater, I'm still without heat at Castle Country, my furnace. The heater was plugged into it, but the heat was coming in the opposite direction. So I don't think that did that. I think it just went finally.
Yeah, no, they just go.
It just went.
It did its job. It protected against the surge.
Sleep well, my dear.
Yep, sleep well.
A surge protector. Sleep well. And then I struck out on Netflix the past weekend. I mean, really struck out. We've been having luck with Richard Ramirez, Night Stalker, and then I just watched before that. What was the one I just watched a week ago that I told you about? Oh, Narcos, Mexico, and Narcos were fantastic.
Yeah, you watched that. I watched a couple of the true crime ones. There was some good stuff on there.
Well,
but this Cecil Hotel one was not good.
The Disappearance of Elisa Lam. Elisa Lam, if you don't remember, was the Chinese Canadian tourist that went missing for 2 weeks in LA in a creepy older hotel in Skid Row, and it made the worldwide news because it went viral with a video of her from everyone's seen it's it's a ghost haunting this woman in the elevator, right? Everyone's seen that video. It was 2013, about 12-13. So it went viral. It's on YouTube. Probably has 100 million views, this video. So it looks into the disappearance of her, but it focuses. It's a 4-parter. They all have to be 4 parts. It focuses on the fucking creepy web sleuths that interloped and stuck their nose into the whole thing and they went to the hotel. They ruined one guy, or try to ruin one guy's life. This sort of goth, heavy metal rock star who was into themes of murder and violence, but only in his music. They said, "Oh, we found out you stayed at the hotel a year before this happened." They try to ruin this guy's life. So it's these and they talked to a couple that one was a normal, one guy was a fucking creep. That I'll get into a little bit, but basically this was a non-story. They could have told this story about Elisa Lam in 2 parts, not 4. They stretch it out.
One of the reasons I've avoided it so far is I can't. You can't. They weren't going to just magic up an answer. That story is a 1-parter.
It's a 1-parter.
It's a mysterious story, but I just don't think there's a whole lot you can get out of that.
But they're disingenuous in their presentation, which you should not do in a documentary, because a big thing about this. Okay, this is what happened to her. These aren't spoilers. They found her dead, floating in the water tank on top of the hotel.
Yeah.
It was 19 days later they found her. They didn't know what happened. They had her on a security camera in the for 2 minutes in the elevator, and then she walks away, and no one saw her after that. So she climbed outside. The window was open. She opened the window, went up one stair of a ladder up to the roof, another ladder up to the water tank. There's a hatch. She went in the hatch, and that was it. She couldn't get out after that. So they presented Ian like, well, when they found her and the cops found her, the lid was on. So how did she climb in and put this 20-pound lid back on? That's impossible. That didn't happen, though. And they don't tell you that till the 4th fucking episode. The maintenance man, the janitor, when he found her, the lid was off. So once you hear that, it's like, well, she just climbed in. Because she was literally off her meds. She was bipolar and she was off her meds. She had a psychotic episode and she thought people were out to harm her. And they even said they didn't feature any of her family, but then her family, they said, oh yeah, we talked to the family. They talked to the cops who like investigated, and it's like, yeah, we talked to the family. He said, well, she would have episodes like that, like where she was delusional. So it's like you can tell the police were holding back, wanting to like strangle some of these fucking internet detectives that think who the fuck they are.
Oh sure.
And it's like, no, it was kind of open and shut. There was a couple of things that went, and there was a couple of things that were a mistake. Like the one cop mistakenly said, "Oh yeah, the lid was on," when he should have said off. And there was like a cross out on like the autopsy report. They took these things, these internet sleuths, and ran with it. And so because of that, you had this what could have been told probably in 60 minutes. Took me fucking almost 4 hours to watch this. And at that point, you're in it. You're also in hour 3. I'm like, what the fuck? There's nothing to tell anymore. There's nothing. And they sprinkle in this information here and there, and they repeat it too. So it's like, oh yeah, she was staying with. It was one of these weird hotels where you bunk with other people. So they sprinkled it. Oh yeah, she was like bothering and creeping out her 2 roommates. And they mentioned that like 3 times. By the 4th time I hear that, I'm like, okay, you already hinted that she was kind of nutty at this point. So like, why don't you just go down that route? And then, but you can't, because it's going to be like a 1 or 2 hour episode instead of 4 fucking hours of me watching this thing. So don't watch it. It's obviously all these are great production values, but there's like no story to tell.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine there being a story to tell with this one.
And the one creepy, I mean really creepy, surprised he went on camera, sleuth. And it's because this poor woman, she had like a Tumblr still on there, like detailing every part of her life, so people like thought they were attached to her. This one guy was such a fucking creep, one of these web detectives, that he had someone go to her grave and had the random guy put the hand on her grave thinking it was him. And he admits this on camera on this documentary. It's like, you are fucking nuts. Like, I cannot believe you admitted that on camera. I cannot believe that. It's
weird.
Insane. So do not watch The Disappearance of Elisa Lam. Do not. I also watched The Haunting, a couple episodes, and I was shocked. So The Haunting is a reenactment of ghost stories, and I believe that it's 5 people sitting down, like, and they're real people sitting down and explaining the story, but then they cut away to, I mean, high production, like Hollywood level horror reenactments where it's like, wow, this is good production values. Like the special effects are great, and like the makeup on the monster or whatever. But that's the problem, is that when you hear a ghost story being told, a lot of people don't believe it on surface. So you want to hear from the people's mouths. Like, what did you actually see? This will cut from like the woman being like saying, yeah, and then I walked in and then I saw something, and it'll cut to like this Hollywood monster crawling towards her. And so I'm like, I want to hear her say that, because I don't believe what I'm seeing here. And I believe in ghosts. So it was like a weird thing. But then, Ian, I never thought I'd see it. I had to like rewind it. There was a nude sex scene in my ghost story. Like, it was so gratuitous. They hired, the real life woman was like a cute, like kind of semi-goth looking girl, like my friend Allison back in New Jersey in those early videos. So they gratuitously, we moved into the house together. Then they're making out. I'm like, okay, they're making out. Then like I see her nipples and I'm like, holy, this is a fucking nude sex scene in a ghost story. Like, what is happening? So I mean, she was cute, but I was like, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. It was like the weirdest tone shift ever. Odd. Then they show her again topless. They go, oh, we got a cute actress, might as well shoot her twice topless. They show her again in this scene. Like they claim that this ghost called the Mimic was mimicking. It was 5 people living in this old creepy Cleveland house. They claim that it would take the form of one of the people and talk to them. So in one scene, the guy's in the basement, and the cute girl that you already saw topless comes down and said, make out with me, and goes topless again. And I'm just like, are they just adding this to the story because they got a cute actress that wants to go topless? Or they want to ask her to go? Like, it was really bizarre. So I would say that's closer of a recommendation than The Disappearance of Elisa Lam. Closer.
You got boobs, I guess.
And then, but I watched a couple more that got dark. Like one was like, yeah, our dad was a serial killer, and we were kids living there, so everything else was haunted. But he wasn't. It was weird because it was like they claimed that he was doing satanic rituals, but he wasn't. He said he wasn't super dark until a certain point. It's like, no, he was dark, killing people. Like they literally reenacted like the girl looking behind like the wood pile and seeing his dad throw a woman like throw a carcass into like the back bed of a truck. So I'm like, wow, this is dark and nasty. And I was more interested by the end though about, was this guy caught? Like, why didn't you tell the police about them when you grew up? You claim like he was burying bodies in the woods. I was more interested in that than the ghosts that were happening around this serial killer, alleged serial killer. So it's a strange documentary series. It's not documentary, it's reenactments.
I'm reading a recap of the episode that you were just talking about. Yes. This is where it gets hilarious. Becca presents herself to Brandon, gets naked, and seduces him into a smooch, at which point she reveals herself to be some kind of monstrous doppelganger and promptly disappears.
But when they cut back to the people that this happened to, the real life people, the guy doesn't say any of that happened. He says like, yeah, I was uncomfortable. So like, did you like, were you ashamed that you made out with your friend's girlfriend? And like, that was like, they implanted extra details, I think, to gussy up the story
to spice it up.
You can't do that with UFOs or
little flavor enhancer
ghosts. Like, it's hard for people to believe on its surface. So when I'm seeing this, I'm like, I can't believe that you made out with the exact representation of someone else.
Yeah.
And I just
I don't believe it.
I don't believe that. You know, I don't believe also, Ian, we have a new Justice League, Zack Snyder's Justice League trailer.
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot to say about it other than it looks like shit. Bad guy looks a little bit better.
Bad guy looks better. Oh, why does everything have to be hollowed ground, sort of like chanting from monks? It's silly.
Because it makes it more serious.
It's superheroes wearing spandex and blue underwear.
It's dark and emotional. It's more serious this way.
Oh.
Why does it open with 10 seconds of Superman dying in green lightning?
That's yellow lightning.
Well, whatever.
So what you take away from this is that I would say not none of this, a lot of this did not exist before.
No.
This was redone. A lot of this. And they reshot for like, was it 30, 40 million and did new effects. It's a lot of this. It's like some similar lines like, I gotta form a team, which they say in the crappy Joss Whedon redo, but it's all lighter tone. So it's the script's probably like 50% of what the script actually turned out to be. But then obviously they shot more. And there's a dark side there. And then the big thing at the end is that the Joker shows up, which they reshot.
Yeah.
That was not probably originally there. And they got rid of the awful damage tattoo, at least, and all the shitty face prison tats on him.
I mean, they did that. That's nice.
But it's like, where do you go with this when this, they even admitted, Warner Bros., this doesn't go anywhere. This is it.
Yeah.
Like, there's no continuity after this. This is the end point of something.
Listen here, Snyder Fun Club. You can have
the Zack Snyder Fun Club. You
can have your good times, but that's it.
Get your free sucker punch pin. You get your you get your 300 plush Leonidas plush doll with the abs.
Comes with a cheeseburger, a drink, and a small fry.
Has there ever been a plush doll with abs? 8-pack abs? Anyway, that's what I thought.
Yeah. Those wrestling buddies.
I mean, like, those are drawn. I mean, like you could, like, feel each individual ab.
I'm certain. I'll get back to you in
Am I
a second.
being creepy now? Thinking about that?
I'll get back to you in 1 second.
So, anyway.
Plush abs is what I'm typing into Google.
That'll probably be a weird fetish thingy. You don't want to go down.
That'll go well.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah, that was weird. Brought up Frisco Muscle Plush Squeaking Wolf dog toy.
Oh, right. Okay.
Muscle. These are dog toys.
Please don't go down this route, because now I got to search for it when I edit and put it in the picture here.
Frisco, look for the Frisco Muscle Plushes. They're squeaking dog toys, but I have a feeling they're not just for dogs.
Oh, God.
But you definitely get those abs that you were looking for.
Oh, my fucking God.
You definitely get the abs that you wanted.
There's a tiger, there's a rhino, there's a purple
There's a unicorn.
hippo. Yeah, okay. Oh, they're supposed to be gorilla. They're dog toys?
I also want to just point out that Googling plush abs brings up a video from July 24th, 2019. making a plush abs tutorial for Patreon this week. So yes, there's lots of plush abs out
What do you
there.
like? Strap it on?
I don't know.
It's like a girdle, but it's plush abs.
For your fursuit.
So anyway, the whole point is that this is going to come out. I'll probably watch it at some point because I'm very curious at how this is going to turn out. But this isn't going to change the world. Oh my God, he's wearing a black suit, Superman. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it'll be interesting, I guess. It won't be. It'll be bad. It'll be good. People who hate it will say they love it just to say they love it. That's the thing with this. It's going to come out, and there's going to be a group of people who are going to say they love it no matter what because they love the Snyder. They love the Zack Snyder.
They love him.
They love being part of his fun club.
They probably also love going to UltimateNintendo.com.
Oh, yeah.
Where you can get enamel pins, RBI baseball stickers. Final day of the sale. I forgot to do it. Final day of the sale on the limited T-shirt. 25% off and 30% off the limited pin. I'll do it today because I forgot to undo the price on it. So you get Tuesday the 16th. You can do it if you want.
It's a hell of a segue.
And the books as well. You can get the books there as well.
Get the books.
UltimateNintendo.com. And I'll be on Twitch every Wednesday at this point. Twitch.tv/Country Code watching 80s commercials almost a year straight. Come out. It's a happening. That's my word of the week. The happening.
Every single Wednesday. Nintendo says some stuff. Nintendo says Switch is in its middle age.
Middle-aged man.
So what's that? It's been out for
middle-aged man.
Are we approaching
4 years?
4 years or 5? 4 years.
2017. That'd be, what was it? March?
Yeah.
No, was it February? Was it February or early March?
It was March. It was early March.
Like March 1st.
Or maybe it was February.
Middle-aged man.
Good question.
You know, we're technically
question.
getting the middle age now, and that middle-aged man skit from Saturday Night Live with Mike Myers. He looks elderly compared to middle age. His middle age shifted. I think the ages have shifted a bit. What we consider middle age and
Sure.
and elderly. Sorry, go on.
No, that's okay. I mean, it's funny. I turned 35 and just started saying I was 40. When I like turn an age, like if it's on the 5 or the 0, I'll say I'm that age. But after that, I just round up to the next one. It hurts less when I finally hit that age.
So you're saying you're 40 already?
I've been saying
you're turning 39 this year.
I'll be 39, but I've been saying I'm 40 since I was probably
You know what?
36.
That's not bad.
No. How old are you? I'm 40. Oh, you look young for 40. It's because I'm actually not 40. Thank you.
New strategy.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry.
So they say the Switch is in its middle ages, which is interesting to me because that means they think they're going to get 8 years out of it. I would have said the Switch has 2 years left before some sort of significant hardware upgrade.
You don't have to take that literally though. Like the middle being
No, you
just
don't.
4 years left.
So I think that it's probably, I don't know that it's winding down, but I do think we have less of the Switch to go than we've already experienced. That could change. There's a Nintendo Direct tomorrow, and we always miss it. And I have a feeling they're going to announce a new a Pro model. I don't know what they're going to add to it, though.
I don't think they're going to announce a Pro model.
You don't?
No. They're selling way too many of these to need a new model at this point. You can milk this another 2 years at this point.
I mean, you can.
If it was slower sales, I mean, if they were only selling 35, 40 million, okay, we want to go back to the well. There's no well to go back to. This thing, they might shatter the Wii's record. And at that point, it's like we don't have to. We can just. I mean, look at Super Mario 3D Worlds. That's a fine looking game, right? That doesn't look old.
It is. It's a great looking game, but I still think Nintendo's going to do a half step, and there's no reason not to believe that they will. I mean, the DS had DS Lite, DSi, DSi XL. The 3DS had the 3DS, the 3DS XL. The 2DS new XL, the new 3DS XL. Nintendo loves to iterate their fucking hardware. They've only done it once.
But this is
Switch.
a hybrid, though. So
yes, but they've only done it once. I refuse to believe that they're done iterating.
What do you mean they did it
hardware.
once? Because they updated the battery and stuff?
No, when they did the Lite.
Oh, yeah, I don't count that. I count that as a side project sort of thing.
So I think we will get a new one. Maybe not tomorrow, but I think there'll be another
not
one.
Tomorrow.
I think there'll be another
If
one.
you want to say end of the year, I more believe you than tomorrow. Tomorrow they're going to announce. Well, I looked it up. It's been 2 years only. 2 years since Nintendo said we have to redo Metroid Prime 4 with Retro Studios.
Right.
Back in the helm. 2 years? That's probably. I don't know if that's enough time to do a Metroid Prime almost from scratch. Two and a half years.
I think it would be. I'm more interested in, it says that they're going to be covering it's 50 minutes, which is, I think, is the longest direct they've done, or it's very close to. And it will cover Smash Brothers and then other games coming out in the Smash Brothers and other games already released, and then games coming out in the first half of 2021.
Is all the DLC done for Smash Brothers?
No,
there's any more still.
No, I think there's 3 more to cut.
Wow.
Three more characters to come out because they're on Season Pass 2.
When they originally announced it, was there an end number of characters?
It was supposed to be 5 DLC characters, and then I think when they announced the 4th DLC character, that's when they announced Season Pass 2. And now, actually, I think they're 3 characters into Season Pass 2. Yeah, because it was Min Min, Steve from Minecraft, and Sephiroth.
So they can keep this going forever.
They could. And honestly, I kind of hope they do. People seem to enjoy it. I wish it had better online netcode, but you're never going to get a sequel to Smash Brothers with this many characters.
No.
The next Smash Brothers is not going to have this many characters. They're not going to do it. Sakurai needs a break.
That's the reason why it's called Ultimate, right? This is it.
So I think it is likelier that they will just keep tacking them on. I could easily...
They're making money just tacking them on.
I could easily see another season pass. I don't know that they will, but it wouldn't surprise me at all if they did another.
I mean, there won't be another Smash Brothers until you get a new system. They're not going to put 2 Smash Brothers on the same system. No. So you could be. This could be 5. It could be 5 years till you get another Smash Brothers. It can be a bit, be a while. Because what is it? It's been 2 years since Smash Brothers came out.
Smash Brothers as a games as a service,
yes,
yeah. Just
when did Ultimate come out? It came out like a year in, right? Or that Christmas?
Came out that Christmas.
So it's been 3 years. December 7, 2018. It's been 3 years, 2 months.
Okay.
Excuse me, that's 2 years, 2 months.
Yeah, didn't. Yeah, I was gonna say that didn't come out the first year. That came out the second.
This is it. This is it for you. Even when the Super Switch comes out, you might get an updated version of it that looks better. Or you know what I mean? And speaking of the netcode, I thought I read something a while back that they're finally ripping out all their old servers and redoing them.
Yeah, that's not netcode though.
That's not netcode.
That's part of the handshake. But if you still have bad netcode, it's not gonna.
They have 20-year-old server tech. They're finally
18
upgrading.
Years. They said something. I think that was a slight exaggeration, but yeah, it was a long time. It definitely went back to the Wii and Wii U at the very least,
which was already old.
Yeah,
we know. But okay, Nintendo's like me at the swap meet. Wait until that shit's cheap and old, and then you buy it and then you use it.
Yeah,
and no one knows any different.
But that's what I was gonna say about Metroid. I don't think they'll if they announce it tomorrow, that'll be interesting because that means they're going to be like, "Hey, here's that game we haven't mentioned in 2 years, and it comes out by summer."
Which is what we said, though. That's the way to do it.
Sure. I would love it if that's what they did, and they have kind of done that, but I don't think
did it with Odyssey.
They haven't done it with any. Oh yeah, Odyssey did drop pretty quick after it was announced. Also, we haven't heard much. Jesus fuck. We also haven't heard a whole lot about the new Zelda.
No, we have not. So we're gonna see one premium game.
Yes.
I don't care if it's that or maybe there's a Star Fox they were doing secretly. You're going to hear. Or just they're going to update the Wii U Star Fox. I mean, they just do that. We're still waiting on that. That's the big one. We're still waiting on them to do that.
The thing that always excites me about Nintendo Directs, though, is they always show some little game that looks really cool, and then they announce that it's out.
Yeah.
Like, go get it now.
Yeah.
So I'm interested in seeing what that'll be. I'll be very surprised if there isn't a game like that
Fire Pro on the Switch.
Oh, God. Fire Pro would be perfect for the Switch.
Wouldn't it, though?
Yeah, we'll never get it, though.
Little handheld Ian making his characters, making his Disco Inferno in the bathroom. I would do it. Disco's the first guy I always make. You think Nintendo's happy with Microsoft Edge extensions that might be pirating, allegedly, their games?
No, I think they're probably not super happy
and
about
so, okay, so this was brought to our attention on Twitter via the official Microsoft Edge Twitter account. So it wasn't just like a random person. They're like, hey, look what you can get with the Microsoft Edge has replaced Internet Explorer. It's their all-in-one web browser. And you can get extensions for it like you can get with Chrome. Is Firefox still around? I guess it is. You know, little add-ons.
I don't think anyone uses it.
Little add-ons like the Honey coupon thing, which is great. Sponsor us, Honey. I use it all the time. Or, you know, you can download videos off of YouTube. There's like all these extensions. So this was tweeting out extensions to play retro games. The problem was it's Mario Kart 64 N64 Simulator. So an official Microsoft Twitter account is advertising software piracy.
Yeah.
For that, and it was for I think there was a Sonic game that was mentioned, and a Pac-Man game. So it's like you're running the gamut of pissing off these companies, and it's insane. And a Tetris game, yes. So it's like I don't understand how that got past anyone. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I don't know.
What are you doing?
It's weird.
Oh, okay, this was a tweet from the Microsoft Edge dev. It was a verified account. Calling all Pac-Man, Tetris, and Mario Kart lovers. Did you know Microsoft Edge has these plus more vintage games on the extension site? See the full list here.
I think it's probably just a case of someone got ahead of themselves, seeing if they could do something, and then talked about it and didn't realize. I mean, that's a really bad way to advertise it.
It's in this Twitter account is official news and updates for the Microsoft Edge team. I mean, it's based in Redmond, Washington, where Microsoft is. So I did not see. Did they follow up to this, or did they delete that tweet? I'm trying to find the original tweet that they had here because that's insane. How do you think that phone call went from Nintendo? Hey, yeah, guys, get that shit down now and delete that tweet.
Was it the Super Nintendo Mario Kart?
64.
64. Seems like a weird one to...
It was from February 12th, 9:48 p.m. I'm going to see if that tweet's up. February 12th, 9:48. Oh, no, it's gone. It is gone. It is not up. So,
okay.
Oh, it is gone.
That makes sense.
That was probably gone within. I'll say, Price is Right rules 80 minutes before.
80 minutes
before a lawyer, one of Nintendo's lawyers got on.
I'll go 55.
55 minutes.
Yeah, 55
right.
minutes. We'll never get an answer, but
because I couldn't believe that when I saw that. I couldn't believe that.
No, that's
blatant infringement and
that's
piracy.
Crazy.
And so, yeah, that's a cute story. I wonder what head rolled at Microsoft for that. Like who was, or they said, okay, it was like an intern that tweeted that out, not realizing that there's like like maybe a 22-year-old intern doesn't realize that, hey, software piracy for these old games is a thing, or they assume that because it was an extension that someone approved it. To be honest, wouldn't an extension have to be approved? So there's a lot of heads that could roll here.
Yeah,
a lot of heads that could roll here. This is like how there's illegal, there's like Android emulator apps with ROMs built in, allegedly.
Right.
How do those get approved?
Just, I guess, flying under. I mean,
because a robot approves them.
Robot approves them. People don't care.
From my experience with the apps, it is harder to get something on iOS. It sounds like with Android, it is like rubber stamped for the most part. It tests for things. Yeah, it's not even a person doing a lot of those. So, all right, well that's interesting.
There's also wanted to show you something real quick.
God damn it! Don't show me that plush. Now you got to email me that picture now.
I'm going to right now.
Because I need a reaction.
I'm literally working on it right now.
You can show me some plush man-sized abs and chest. Is that a woman just hanging out with it there?
Muscle boyfriend six-pack abs plush pillow cushion from Brainless Pie.
It's a nice down-to-earth woman hanging out with it. Like that's how it would really happen.
Set up your guest room just with like 6 of those.
Is it headless? It's just a torso?
It's just like a neck nub. It's literally just a torso.
Is that creepy or less creepy than having a head?
I don't know.
Jesus Christ. I got to take my mind off it. Palate cleanser. Pigs can play video games with their snouts.
Pigs can play video games with their snouts. This is pretty cute.
This is the most important news of the century.
I got to close this picture. Okay.
Holy shit.
So,
now you got to send me that because I got to put it up. I got to horrify everyone. You're making my editing a little harder, this podcast.
So pigs can play video games. So there was a study done. Basically, they took a treat dispenser.
Pennsylvania State University did the study. 4 pigs: Hamlet, Omelet, Ebony, and Ivory.
Great names. And they put a little joystick on there, an arcade joystick, and from what it looks like, there's a screen, and basically there's a dot on the screen, and then there's a wall. And if the pig moves the dot into the wall, it counts as a collision or a hit, and they get a treat. And
they don't have to avoid it; they have to hit it.
They have to hit it. Yeah, that's what they have to do. Basically it's a target. It's a very, very crude target practice game for pigs. I've just got the giggles.
Researchers said that the fact that Figs understood the connection between the stick and the game is no small feat. So it's they have to get to the joystick.
Yes.
And then do it.
So they understand that there's a connection between not only the treat and doing the action in the treat, but also between doing something specific.
Yeah, it's not like they just rang a bell.
So not all the pigs were particularly great at that. I think one of them only had like a 34% success rate, but there was another one that was, one of the pigs I think was closer to like a 70% success rate. And they... the important thing is that they understand the connections. It's not so much the success rate that's important, it's that they understand the connection. But they said even when the
this is adorable.
Yeah, even when the treat dispenser broke, they still did it to get the reaction from the humans.
They're like, "Oh, good on you, Omelet."
Yeah, you did it.
And the thing's like, "Yeah, I'm killing this game.
Fucking great.
This is fun.
Pro gamer for real."
Pro gamer.
It's very cute. They said obviously that pigs do not play video games as well as humans do.
Oh, okay. I'm glad they clarified that.
Or even some lesser primates.
Kind of tough with the hoofs. Right?
They said that it's been done. They did basically the same experiment with primates, and obviously the primates had a much higher success rate.
Hamlet was better than Omelet, but both struggled when it got harder, hitting the single target just under half the time. I want to see a video of this. How did this actually function? Was there like a moving target that they had to just push the ball into, or was it just there they had to just push it?
From what I could gather, it was literally there's a screen, a dot in the middle, and then one end of the screen is a wall. And if they push it, and I think they said they did different ones too. There was like 3 target, 2 target, and 1 target.
So the pig realized I got to hit the target. It's not the same exact action. May I go left this time or down or up?
Yeah.
Or right. So yeah, that's intelligence.
That's significant. Yeah.
No, pigs are regarded as smarter creatures. So I wish the bacon wasn't so tasty. I always feel guilty.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're gonna get there. It's now people are realizing it's not going to be artificial meat. It's going to be cultured meat formed from cells of real meat.
Yeah.
Replicated. That's the end goal there.
Yeah.
That's where we're going to get to.
Lab grown bacon.
Yes. But it's real bacon. It's not fake bacon. We're getting there.
It's not faking.
We're getting there. Because no, I feel more and more I'm not going vegan on you, but if we cannot eat animals, we should not eat animals. If we can get to that point. That's all. That's all
it's definitely an admirable
I'm not saying
goal.
give it up today because people will go hungry and starve. If we can get to that point, we should do it. We should. And plus, it's better for the environment by a lot, by a ton.
Pot stickers I made yesterday were vegan.
Pot stickers, Mushu pork.
When there was no pork.
Mushu pork. Does anyone have seen that Weird Science episode except for me? That was my thing. That was my jam in high school since I have any friends. Really in high school, no parties. It was Weird Science followed by Duckman Saturday night. And Duckman is such an underrated cartoon no one ever talks about for some reason. That was a really fun cartoon.
I remember it.
Did a lot of stuff, a lot of racy stuff and adult stuff. And Jason Alexander was a great voice actor in that, and great show.
He is really, yeah. He is. But him really good.
And what was his pig sidekick's name? That talked like this. Hey, Mr. Duckman. It's a great show. No one ever talks about Duckman. Everyone talks about King of the Hill. They talk about Simpsons. Duckman was a great show.
Corn-fed.
And they had the little plush ones that Duckman always go off on. Good morning, Mr. Duckman. And he would just like tear them apart because they were plush. And they, next episode they were back together.
Yeah. Yeah, corn-fed. Talks like Sergeant Friday on Dragnet.
Yes, and actually, yes, very by the book. But like, he was the one who saved the day, while Duckman was just like a, belligerent, just buffoon, which was funny with Jason Alexander doing the voice. We've gone all over the place with USA Saturday Nights in 1994, Pat's Memories. Mm-hmm. Sorry, is there anything else going on here? Oh yes, we got trolled. We apparently got trolled by the CEO of a video game company, allegedly. So the claim we talked about so fucking silly. It's silly. So we pointed out the inverted controls of the Finnegan Fox gameplay trailer and why it probably happened to cover up potential bad lag on this controller and this console. And then it kind of blew up a little bit, as much as this sort of news can blow up, because no one's really talking about the Intellivision Amico outside of some YouTubers. And the CEO, in one of his interviews with one of his shill cultists, says, you can't make this up, that I did it on purpose to not troll everyone, to troll Ian and me. Like that it was planned to do that.
I only have I said it to you the minute it happened, and I'll say it again. You only have two choices here.
Yeah,
you only have two choices here. Either Tommy Tallarico is lying through his teeth because he refuses to admit any mistakes, and that's actually the explanation I'm going to go with, or you have a CEO who's so caught up in what people are saying that he would release an official video that makes his game look bad to troll two people. And there was backlash.
And the gambit is that we would actually see it.
Yes.
And discover it and talk about it. Because what if we don't? Now you're just making your product look like shit, and potentially deceiving customers, and potentially pissing off all your investors, and potentially pissing off your retail partners online in Europe and in North America. Are we for real?
So before sitting down today,
is this happening?
I looked at some of the reaction to it, and there was some reaction to it, and people are very upset. And he keeps saying,
"Oh,
but
people cancel pre-orders because of this."
But it's a joke. But it's a joke. If you don't see the humor in this, I don't know what to tell you. And he said something. Basically, someone said that there was my main problem is a misleading video on the official channel. And he said, I wasn't misleading anyone. I was just trolling a couple of bullies and racists.
Oh, racists, huh?
They're racists. They're literally gaming racists.
You can't you can't make a video so that only we see it.
Only we respond to it.
Yeah. Everyone's going to see it. You can't be like, no. It's supposed to be funny to you guys, but something else to them. No, you put it out there for the whole world to see. You showed your whole ass.
Yeah, I'm sure that all the investors on Republic.co would be fucking thrilled.
They think it's
to
hilarious.
Hear that. Yeah. People that have invested $5,000, $10,000, or $20,000 into your console project, that you first of all, you're lying about it, but if you're not, that you're dicking around with two YouTubers and podcasters with not a sizable audience to really affect sales of anything at all when it comes to this console. Like,
no,
are you fucking
lying.
Crazy?
I mean, you look at him.
Of course he
has no idea what he's doing.
But like, why don't you just admit, yeah, they were inverted, like, or I thought I saw another claim where they were locked in, so we went with it to toy with people, and it's like there was a follow up to, they showed one of the only decent fucking games. The breakout one, where this time Tommy has the controller correctly placed with the D-pad on the right. I guess the gyroscope is broken, which is not good for your console, by the way. And then it doesn't show him using it at all to play. So he learned his lesson after the backlash about how you should not try to deceive and trick people who have pre-ordered your console and are trusting that you know how to run a business. More importantly, your investors that are giving you money thinking that you are competent enough to run a business and to not do foolish things and show a lack of judgment like this. It's insane. It's insane. We never got this far with the Clique of Chameleon. We were called drunken podcasters, but Mike never said, yeah, I put the Super Nintendo Mini in the Jaguar shell to fuck with Ian and Pat.
Troll them.
To troll us.
Okay, Tommy.
We never got that far. I know what it was, Ian. This is what Tommy should have just admitted. This is what he should have admitted. The reason the controls were inverted is because we finally figured out the Karma gaming engine. So it automatically knew I'd play too well with the controls normally, so they inverted them for me.
That's exactly it.
That's what. Oh, by the way, the Karma gaming engine, I think he admitted in an interview, was just total bullshit as well. There was a sound clip of that. So, of course, there you have it. It's ridiculous.
Oh, please. I mean, take a freaking joke, people. Like, seriously, take a joke.